Friday, the Trump administration unveiling its first national policy framework for artificial intelligence, a legislative outline meant to establish a consistent national standard for AI development, an effort spearheaded by President Trump, who's repeatedly said the U.S. needs to be the global leader.
America is the country that started the AI race, and as President of the United States, I'm here today to declare that America is going to win it. We're going to work hard. We're going to win it.
So today's headline is an update to a headline from December when the White House signed the National Policy Framework for AI. This framework is supposed to protect consumers. So today's question is, does it actually protect you or does it expose you? Well, when they signed this executive order, I've been doing global AI and cyber consulting for many different types of organizations and industries. I had to take a second look. And when I did, what I realized is not only is it going to raise your power bill, it's going to attack your legal rights. And let me explain what that means and why I say this. Well, the first thing this executive order did was it established an AI litigation task force. This is a federal force whose sole purpose is to sue states who pass tougher AI rules to protect you. So if a state creates a law to protect your electric bill or certain rights you have, this executive order has these types of obstacles in their crosshair. They say that if states pass rules, the country will fall behind because it'll be too hard to innovate. And we know this is not true. AI must be innovated and implemented responsibly while still respecting citizens. And so now let's think about how utilities could be affected. I always hear people talk about data centers, and I want to explain to you how the costs actually work, right? So someone has a data center company. They come into your county, your city, your state, and the first thing they say is, we're going to stand up this data center. Well, they're going to need new substations, power lines. This is like having a massive new customer. And so they literally have to go to the state utility commission and ask permission to raise the rates on everybody. And this is not a metaphor. This is literally the process. It's called a rate case. In California, the little Hoover Commission wants data centers to pay their own metered share. This is reasonable. Pay for what you use. And I want to try to give you a metaphor to help you understand how the cost of data centers end up on your bill. Imagine you're back in university and you have a roommate, and there's 4 of you all living in this frat house. Well, one of the roommates runs utilities nonstop. They set up a gaming center. They leave the lights on. They run computer equipment nonstop. And so when you get that electric bill, do you really want to split it equally 4 ways? And so what data centers are doing, are trying to get permission for these utility commissions to split the bill 4 ways, if there were 4 roommates in this example. And, what's logical is they pay their metered share and that there's a special utility rate, not a standard residential rate that should apply to them. And so when we think about states making sure that AI doesn't override your the rights you have legally for being a citizen in this country. Imagine Colorado did something courageous. They passed a law and they said, hey, listen, if you're going to implement AI on large scale, it can't deny people from loans, a job, for reasons that are discriminatory or many different categories. But it was saying that, hey, when AI is implemented and makes decisions, it has to be done so in a way where it respects people's rights. The algorithm can't decide the future of people unless it's implemented properly, right? And so then let's get back to the power for a second. I've worked in data centers before. Many of you have. So a data center pulls in about, an AI data center pulls in about 40 to 140 kilowatts per server rack. This is about 5 to 10 times a normal data center, right? And, AI training, when they're training these models, it's flat out full power for weeks at a time. With data centers, it can fluctuate, right? Depending on what's happening. And so this is a problem. We're talking about this new roommate who will constantly have constantly leave the lights on, constantly have this use of power that is really outrageous and expensive. And so what does this mean for you? One, states are fighting back. They've created actually Attorney General Task Force to prepare for the litigation that's bound to come, right? They want their rights respected. They don't want the federal government to overstep. And so what we want to remember is that, well, back to the original question, does this expose you or protect you? It absolutely kind of federalizes AI, right? And it creates a great deal of exposure. But like I said, I'm proud to say the states, the attorney generals are working together. They're preparing for litigation. And I'm really proud of the work that they're planning to do to protect us. And finally, I want to tell you about Yours and what we're doing. Yours AI is a community where we've started. It's a membership. It's a place you can join for free right now. It's a place where you can go and constantly get real interpretations of what's going on in the world of AI and cyber and tech. We will translate all the noise and tell you in simplest terms, hey, how it affects you and what you need to do to protect yourself. So go check out yoursai.ai. It's a community, and we really are focused on making sure that tech serves us versus tech using us, right? Until next time, appreciate you listening in. This is AI and Cyber Unfiltered with Frank Satterwhite.